Commander Stahl, hailing frequencies are open.
You're watching Harrisfilm Friends. Tonight, we have a special edition, Star Trek Italy's of Love and Honor.
Red alert.
Tonight, we have Matt Arnold.
Hello, everybody.
And Ken Mays and Belle.
Yep, she's standing in for Roy.
Ah, okay. We hope to get online with one of my friends in Italy who has created his own Star Trek fan film. Part 1 should be out very soon. He wrote it in Italian, and then he had a rough translation in English, and I asked if I could get involved, and he allowed me to translate some of it into English and make it Star Trek-ish, with the technobabble and that kind of a thing. This particular trailer was actually produced without my help. So without further ado, this is Star Trek Italy's of Love and Honor.
Red alert. Shields at maximum. It disappears. Comes back again. By order of Starfleet, at 0200 time, I am assuming command of the ship. We need your skills for a mission of the utmost importance and secrecy. Commander Fisher will take the role of my first officer. Starfleet Command is paranoid. The Klingons have been fighting among each other for years.
Captain, we must withdraw. We're completely outgunned. But Captain, we have no choice.
There is always a choice.
First reactions?
I think it'll be interesting.
Looks good.
Yeah.
The animations, the everything looks great.
I agree.
Everything, it just only thing is me is just the language barrier there. But
Right.
the first trailer show the way they had the bridge set up, the console, everything, the CGI was excellent,
Yes.
and they got their ducks in a row. I can tell you that. Somebody knows what they were doing,
I agree.
and I give them 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, and see, that's just a trailer, and it's so long that they've decided to cut it in half and release part 1 and a part 2. But
I can't wait to see the full film of it.
There's not a lot of remote type jobs that they needed done, but got involved back in, I want to say it was 2020, around the time that we were starting to talk. Me and Matt were starting to talk with Jim Williams and that group. I was finishing up. I was working on Star Trek Italy with Jack, And so did you have any particular observations there, Ken?
Well, the lens flares set the tone, but they weren't overdone.
See, yeah, exactly.
It was perfect.
So Jack, see, our VFX guy says you're on the right track. I agree. We don't, lens flares are great as long as they're not overused.
Yeah.
It's got to be, there's a reason for a lens flare, not just dramatic effect. It's got to be part of the science involved in the shot too, in most of our cases anyway. Because Ken will do something and he'll go, here's this thing, and I'll go, oh man, okay, but it looks like Battlestar Galactica.
I can't stand over lens flare. The movie with the new captains, Star Trek movie, has so much lens flare in it.
Oh yeah, 2009.
I could not stand it.
I couldn't watch
Yeah.
it.
Well, with J.J. Abrams, what he did was he put lens flares in where there wouldn't have been lens flares.
Right.
So they were artificially added because he likes them.
I think about the third part of, they took most of that out because people complained about it.
Oh yeah, Star Trek 3 they call it.
Yeah, a lot of people complained they did not like the lens flare.
I couldn't get past the difference between how drastic the interiors and the exteriors of the ships were. The characters were not really well developed. You're calling somebody Kirk, and he's acting like a spoiled brat. It doesn't make any sense to me. No. I could not get through the entire first movie. If I'm going to sit here and yell at the screen, they're going to throw me out of the cinema, right? So why do I even try? I can't go to the cinema and watch something like that I'm going to be in trouble and have to go to jail for. It's too much of a disconnect between what came before. So if you like Star Trek 2009 movies and all of those by J.J. Abrams, more power to you. Listen, I like J.J. Abrams when he does something original, even Alias. I enjoyed Alias. It was funny. It was action packed. It had cute girls. What's not to like? But then when you take somebody else's property and then don't even get familiar with what it's about and who the characters are and what's come before, and then you just go, well, I don't care, I'm going to do this, then you've just done a disservice to the fans that came before. You've created a new thing, and you're going to have fans, and that's fine. You can have the 2009 group. They don't understand what we call real Star Trek is. So I'm not dissing 2009 people. I just think that if you had actually started with the original series, you would have either loved it and then not liked the 2009 movies, or you would have hated the original series and continued to love what you got. So anyway, let's get back to Jack. If I had Jack here, what questions would you have for him about his production? How about Matt?
I asked him what he had to do to start his fan film, and what type of equipment did he use, what type of camera system, and what type of software he used to do the CGI, and who did he do it, or did somebody else do it CGI?
Right. Well, he has a crew just like we do.
Like I said, there was no lens flare, thank God for that. But the beginning of the sequence started out perfect. They did a good job in doing that. And
did you notice the ship, what it looked like?
Yeah. Man, it looked. See, the ship it looked like the original.
Right. You see the Klingon ship? That's a D5.
Yeah. They look like they're in the time period where look at the the technology, the graphics on the screen. That part looks more from the TNG from era.
Right. There's an influence from TOS, Discovery, and TNG.
Right. The all the consoles, the screens, and all that was more like toward the even with that background look right. That's toward the original series there.
Right.
And but the other screens that was showing is like from the next generation or similar. That's similar to the original there.
Yeah. Right. So you would like to know how he combined the actors with that type of a background, or where he got those backgrounds?
I like to know how he did all that stuff with it. Did he use the green screen or what they used to do those, or did they do it in house at a location?
Ah, yeah.
Um,
It was
that's
green
another
screen.
thing.
I could tell you that much.
Yeah, that the ship really looks great. I like whoever built the model of it did a damn good job in doing it.
And what'd you think of the
Yeah,
name of the ship? Did you even notice?
Tucker.
Tucker to the
Tucker the
Third.
Third. Yep, named. Yep, named after Trip
Trip. Hmm. So
from
you can
Enterprise.
see there's an influence even from Enterprise. So to me, the ship looks a lot like a combination of Axanar type saucer, the body of something from TNG, maybe an Enterprise C. What do you call those pylons? And then the JJ engines.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's the best of all of the worlds. Like I said, I don't love JJ's ships, but I like this.
That ship looks pretty good. I like it.
But we're
Yeah.
not
Yep.
talking about some
The
novices here, buddy.
the engine nacelles have a definite influence from the JJ films.
Right.
Yep.
There is a
Big
slight
old
flare.
warp, big old engines.
Right. And that's, I discussed some of that type of thing with him before. I said, and of course, I don't know what part of my discussion actually made it into the film yet. I'll be surprised, just like you. I was hoping for a little less JJ and a little more TOS. And he says, "Oh, there's everything. There's Enterprise because we're named after Trip Tucker. There's some technology that you might recognize from earlier things, and some technology from later things. So it's kind of like their own era, But I'll let Jack tell you about the story and that type of a thing whenever he gets a chance to talk to us. So Ken, the story takes place in the Discovery era. You notice the costumes.
Well, I was noticing the collars seemed to be different than the original series.
Right. So remember, around the year 2020 is when we all started working on this thing together. 2019, 2020, something like that.
Discovery actually came out in like 17 or 18, if I remember right.
Okay. So that makes sense because, like I said, we started working on it around 2019 together. And I think we finished up my part early 2021, something like that. So anyway, Jack has invested a lot of time and effort in this thing, and it's taken a long time to coordinate. You can see how much he's had to work on it. Do you have any pointers to where you would like to see something particular develop a particular way, or are you happy with what you've seen so far?
Not really. I mean, it looks good to me. I'd be curious as what software he's using for his VFX. Is it Blender or is he using something else like Max or one of the other software suites out there?
Yeah.
Because I know Blender does not do lens flares natively unless you fake it.
Right.
But natural lens flares, like what he has in his production, Blender does not do natively. So I wish it did because I like those. But
We appreciate the work that's gone into this, Jack, and we're really looking forward to seeing at least part one in the near future. And best wishes from the crew here at Harrisfilm Productions. So, Of Love and Honor, an Italian Star Trek fan film movie coming soon to YouTube. Good luck.
Look.
You've been watching Harrisfilm Friends.
Hailing frequencies are closed. Transmission complete.